Hello everyone, I am Kiran Joshi. Hope you all are safe and sound. Welcome to class 6 Geography, chapter 3, Motions of the Earth. Children, you know that our earth is constantly in motion. The two motions of the earth are rotation and revolution. The movement of the earth on its axis is called rotation and the movement of the earth around the sun is called revolution. In the previous chapter, we learnt that the axis of the earth, which is an imaginary line, is tilted at an angle of 23.5 degree to its vertical plane or 66.5 degree to the earth's orbital plane, as presented in the image also. Orbital plane means the plane formed by the orbit. Children, we know that the earth gets light from the sun. We also know that the earth is spherical. Therefore, only half part of the earth, or you can say only one side of the earth, can face the sun and can be lighted or illuminated at a time. Through the image, you can see that the side of the earth that faces the sun experiences day, while the other side of the earth that is away from the sun experiences night. The circle that separates the illuminated half of the from the darker half of the earth is called the circle of illumination. Look at the image given here once again. You will notice that the circle of illumination and the earth's axis do not coincide with each other. The earth completes one rotation in about 24 hours. During these 24 hours, the places on the earth experience various stages of the day. For example, dawn, sunrise, noon, sunset, dusk and midnight, one after the other. This one rotation of the earth around its axis is called the earth day or the solar day. Children, rotation is the daily motion of the earth. Dear children, have you ever thought that what would happen if the earth did not rotate? It would definitely be disastrous. Let's see how. The side of the earth facing the sun would always be lighted and experience day. This lighted side of the earth would become extremely hot, while the other side of the earth away from the sun would always remain dark and thus would be freezing cold. Therefore, life would not have been possible in such extreme conditions. So, this was about the daily motion of the earth, that is rotation. Now, let's learn about the second motion of the earth, in which it revolves around the sun in its orbit. The earth completes one revolution in 365 days, 6 hours. This one revolution makes 1 year. But for our convenience, we consider 1 year as having 365 days only. The 6 hours, that is 1/4 day left every year, are added as one more day to the month of February every 4th year. 6 hours into 4 equals to 24 hours is equal to 1 day. In this way, every 4th year February has 1 day extra. That means every 4th year February has 29 days instead of 28 days. And such a year has 366 days instead of 365 days. And it is called a leap year. So, every leap year has an extra day. Now children, we know that the earth revolves around the sun in a fixed path called orbit. This orbit of the earth is elliptical. That means the orbit of the earth is not a perfect circle, but it is a flattened circle. Or we can say its shape is like an egg, as it is visible through the image also. You will also notice, children, that the inclination of the earth is same throughout its orbit. When the earth revolves around the sun with this same tilted position, we get the changing seasons like summer, autumn, winter and spring. Look closely at the image given here, you will notice that between 21 March and 23 September, due to the Earth's tilt, the northern hemisphere is inclined towards the sun, whereas the southern hemisphere is turned away from the sun. Due to this position of the Earth, the northern hemisphere has longer days and shorter nights. During this period, the areas beyond the Arctic Circle experience continuous daylight for a period of about 6 months. As the Earth receives more heat in this part, it is summer here, while the southern hemisphere during this period gets the slanting rays of the sun and so has longer nights and shorter days. As the southern hemisphere during this period receives less heat of the sun, it is winter there. Again, if you see the image, you will notice that between 23 September and 21 March, the southern hemisphere is inclined towards the sun and the northern hemisphere is turned away from the sun. Therefore, it is summer in southern hemisphere and in the northern hemisphere it is winter. Once again, look at the given image carefully. You will notice, children, that on 21st June, the northern hemisphere is inclined towards the sun and the sun's rays fall directly on the Tropic of Cancer. In the northern hemisphere, 21st June is the longest day and shortest night. It is called the summer solstice. While on 22nd December, the southern hemisphere is turned away, it is turned towards the sun and the sun's rays fall directly on the Tropic of Cancer and the northern hemisphere is turned away from the sun. You can understand this concept through the image in front of you. 22nd December is the longest day and shortest night in the southern hemisphere. And in the northern hemisphere, it is the shortest day and longest night. It is called the winter solstice. Now the image in front of you shows that on 21st March and 23rd September, the sun's rays fall directly on the equator. The North Pole and the South Pole are neither inclined towards the sun nor they are turned away from the sun. As a result, both northern and southern hemisphere get the rays of the sun almost equally. So, the length of the day and night are equal all over the world except the poles. These days are called equinoxes. 21st March is called spring equinox in the northern hemisphere as it is spring season there, and in the southern hemisphere it is autumn. Opposite to it, 23rd September is autumnal equinox in the northern hemisphere as it is autumn season here, and in the southern hemisphere it is spring season. So, I hope you all understood how the motions of the earth cause the occurrence of day and night and change in the seasons. Now, try to revise the chapter by answering the following questions. Question 1. Which are the two main motions of the earth? Question 2. What would happen if the earth did not rotate? Question 3. How does leap year occur? Fourth question. Describe the following. A. Summer solstice. B. Winter solstice. C. Equinox. That's all for the chapter. If you found this video helpful, do consider subscribing to the channel, and if you have any query or comment, please post them in the comment section below. Thank you.